is that pi over 6 inside the function or outside of the function? Inside. So which way is it going to move it? Move it horizontally, pi over 6 to the right. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to say, I know my parent graph looks like this. What is it going to look like if I graph it? So for part A, we know that it's going to go pi over 6 to the right. The way that we're going to graph all of our horizontal shifts is we're going to first graph our function without the horizontal shifts with a dotted line. So we're going to graph what I did up here in the top right, maximum 1, minimum -1. It's a coast graph. I'm going to draw my 4 sections, equally spaced. Here's 2 pi, pi, pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Coast starts at a maximum, then goes to the middle, then to the minimum, then back to the middle, then back to the maximum. And I'm just going to draw my coast graph with a dotted line because this doesn't have the phase shift in it. Now we need to go pi over 6 to the right. So we're going to take each of these 5 points and move it pi over 6 to the right. How much is pi over 6? 0 to pi over 2, that's 90 degrees, right? Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So if you sort of estimate where a third is, and you can label it as pi over 6, then if you take each of the lines and move it over that amount, all we're going to do is take each of our points and move them over that amount. And now you can draw your graph with your phase shift. Now, technically here, I overgraphed because this question gave me a domain and said, do it only from 0 to 2 pi. So in that case, I'd have to go back and erase it to there and erase it to there, and that would be my graph. Most of the time, they just ask you to graph it for at least one period, and then you could draw the arrowheads. But this one did say exactly from 0 to 2 pi, so I had to erase a little bit if I wanted to be super accurate. So again, if we're drawing a phase shift left and right, what we're going to do is we're going to draw the regular function first as a dotted line, and then add the phase shift. And we're not going to be too worried even what these coordinates are, because once we've labeled this pi over 6 at the beginning, everything else follows from that. So we're not having to say, oh, I know that this one is pi over 2 plus, this will be 2 pi over 3. I don't have to worry about labeling that point, exactly where it is. Okay, the questions for this one are 3, E, and F, Threth, Threef.